the Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi Libra, welcome to your April 2019 reading. I knew I would have to light some sage for this reading, and I personally just need it for myself right now too. To be honest with you guys, I wasn't really sure if I was going to record your video. Right now it's actually 3 a.m., which is an interesting hour, the bewitching hour. And I'm definitely feeling a lot of heavy emotion, which is partly why I wanted to record this reading right now for you, Libra, because I really feel intuitively that I'm meant to be feeling this way during your reading. Because, as you guys may know, there are 2 full moons in Libra. The first one was on March 20th, and the second one was on April 19th, which was a couple days ago. So a lot of heavy emotion that I'm assuming a lot of you Libras are feeling. You know, it's not exactly easy to go through 2 full moons. So I think I'm feeling what a lot of you are feeling. I'm actually going through a lot of relationship stuff, which I expected to go through with 2 full moons in Libra. But anyhow, welcome to your reading anyways. Hopefully I'm right in that this is a good time to record your reading. I just really wanted to get the messages out, especially because they're already late. And I've been wanting to talk to you guys, Libra, because I know you guys are going through a lot, especially with it being Aries season. So let's just talk a little bit about astrology for the month of April, and then we'll get right into the cards, okay? So April is Aries season and Taurus season. And Aries season is an important sign for you, Libra, because it's your opposite sign. And our opposite signs, everyone has an opposite in astrology on the zodiac wheel. And our opposite always represents our relationships. So you're going through relationship stuff in April. We had a new moon in Aries on April 6th. So that was a good time to set new intentions for relationships. And as you know, Libra, this is not just romantic relationships, but all relationships, business relationships, family relationships, things like that. So a lot of new seeds being planted there for you guys as far as the new moon in Aries. And I think it's really interesting that you're going through relationship stuff with Aries season, and you are the 7th house of the whole universe, which is relationships. So I think that's a huge theme this month for everybody in April, especially you, Libra. And by the time you watch this, it'll already be Taurus season. So that is your 8th house, which is an even more intense house to be going through, because that's the house that deals with intimacy, sex, death, transformation. So pretty much April is all about relationship transformation for you, Libra. When you combine the 7th house and the 8th house, that would be transformation of relationships, potential death of relationships, but also the rebirth of certain relationships too. We already talked a bit about those full moons, which I think will come up in your reading as well. Other than that, I mean, you know, Jupiter's retrograde. There's a lot going on, you guys, but basically I just wanted to talk to you about the houses. So a lot of relationship stuff coming up, especially when it comes to sex in relationships, Libra. Shared resources is another thing coming up with this Taurus energy, but yeah, 7th house and 8th house. And I guess other than that, happy Easter to those of you guys who celebrate Easter. I'm not huge on holidays. I mean, I definitely decorate, but that's more so in honor of the spring equinox and Ostara, which is what the true meaning of Easter really is if you're into Wicca. But yeah, for me, holidays are just mass rituals and portals. So this is the portal of rebirth, is what I'm calling it. But it is Sunday. It's literally Easter. I don't really have any plans, but happy Easter to you guys out there celebrating. So let's go ahead and get into the cards, Libra. I am starting out with an oracle card that I already pulled for you, and it was a gift from an Aries friend of mine. So shout out to Brooke for giving me these cards. They've been really lovely, and they go really well with the whole spring theme. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and see what this card is and what the message is for you for April, and then we're gonna read from the book, and then we'll get into the tarot. Okay, so your card is be true to your heart. Beautiful card, Libra. I will say you are receiving, well, I have to do about 5 more readings after yours. So you're my 7th reading that I'm doing. And as far as all the cards that everyone has pulled so far, yours seems to be the most bright so far. It's very, very golden colored and yellow. These cards are really detailed. So I am going to take a moment here to look at the card before I read, see if anything jumps out at me. Already I am noticing, like a typical Pisces, the fish in this card. If you can see right over here, it's a very Pisces-like energy with the 2 fish swimming in opposite directions. So could be dealing with a Pisces, some of you. A lot of ships in this card, Libra. A lot of butterfly energy. This reminds me of summer, or at least spring. And there is one of those very old school record players here. So I don't know if anyone here, if there's music. I'm seeing hummingbirds. Any of this can be a sign or a synchronicity for April. But this is very beautiful. Peacock feathers. A lot of ships. At least 3 different ships. So I don't know if there's at least 3 different, directions or courses of action. I'm seeing butterflies if I haven't already mentioned that. So obvious transformation, especially when you're going through the 8th house. And I did just notice on here there are little angels playing trumpets. So that kind of reminds me of the Judgment card or some kind of awakening. So let's read from the Be True to Your Heart. I mean, obviously, April is about being true to your heart in some way, Libra, following your heart. Which is cool because you're ruled by Venus. So you're kind of a heart-ruled person. But, Libra, you're an air sign, so could it be that there's some head over heart stuff going on? Mind over matter, what you feel, what you know, things like that. And this is the card 26. Okay, so I don't know if the 26th of April is important, or if that number, someone could be 26 years old. But let's see. This is on page 43. And we're going to read here, and this is going to be some kind of message for you for April. So it says, in this moment, draw on the energies of harmony and union when making a choice. The current situation is best supported using intuition and not intellect. There may be difficult decisions to be made that are not necessarily about love. Consciously be aware of what interests you, what attracts your attention, and what stirs your imagination and creates passion in your life. Do your best to ignore the persuasion of what others might think or say, and trust yourself and don't allow your opinion to be swayed. So, a couple things coming up, Libra. I love that it talked about drawing on the energies of harmony because, hello, you are all about peace and harmony, Libra. And it also says harmony and union when it comes to making a choice. So some of you guys have choices to make in April. And, I'm not sure if you guys watched my Libra full moon video, but I did talk a bit about your guys' energy in those videos because of the full moon energy. And a lot of people, I've been hearing it, I never knew this about you, Libra, but a lot of people are saying, how indecisive Libras are. And I mean, I've heard this repeatedly from different zodiac signs, different astrologers. Indecision. Libras can't make up their mind. Libras are so indecisive. And that's not something I directly think or feel about you, but I can understand why people would say that. Because you are a dual sign. Okay, just like Gemini and just like Pisces. So there's basically 2 sides to every story when it comes to dual signs. Which I'm happy you're that way, Libra, because you guys are the judge and the jury of the zodiac. So you guys kind of find yourself in the middle of situations sometimes of 2 people, places, or things. So it's just interesting that whole choice thing is coming up and the whole indecision thing. So just make sure you're drawing on the energies of harmony and union. So harmony and union, two beautiful words to come up right now. The current situation is best supported using intuition and not intellect. So that might be something you guys are struggling with this moon. The full moon in Libra is bringing a lot of those intuitive energies to you, Libra. And I'm not saying that Libras aren't intuitive. All of you have different moon signs and different ways of being and all that. But Libra, you are a cardinal air sign. So you're more about moving forward mentally. You're more about, that very King of Swords, Queen of Swords, intellect, facts, air sign stuff. But this is about using your intuition in April and not knowledge, not factual information. This moon is calling for you all to embrace what you're feeling for a change, what you feel as far as deep inside, not what you think, not what you know the truth to be, Libra. Emotions are a bit different of a realm than the mental realm, the factual realm. And with this moon, with these two full moons in your sign, I'm sure emotions and dreams and intuition, all those things that the moon rules is, playing a factor in your guys' life. You're being told to follow your intuition, Libra, and not your mind. Consciously be aware of what interests you and what attracts your attention. So, yeah, and this is about trusting yourself and not allowing your opinion to be swayed in April, because there is something and that's the interesting thing about intuition, is it's an inner knowing that doesn't necessarily have or require factual support. It's true to you because you know it deep inside, and I love talking about stuff like this because I'm a Pisces, and so intuition, all that watery stuff, it's definitely something that plays a huge role in my life. So it's interesting to see how this is coming up for you, Libra. Be true to your heart. I love it. It's very bright colored. So let's go ahead and get into your actual tarot spread. I did shuffle thoroughly, very, very thoroughly. I'm going to lower this down now, you guys. And I do have an underlying energy here for you, and I was kind of surprised, and not really though, to see that the underlying energy pre-shuffle is the Emperor. So we've got an Aries energy here that's an underlying energy. So there is a huge focus being centered on your opposite sign. This is an Aries. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries. This is control, right? This is your 7th house. So there is a huge factor here with this Aries season, moving into Taurus season. Let's see what's behind the Emperor. We have the 3 of Cups. So some of you guys could be celebrating with an Aries or a father figure or some kind of boss energy. This is literally going out to celebrate with an Aries, and it makes sense because they're having birthdays this month. So some of you guys may have significant friends, because this is a group of friends. Okay, and we do have the Fool. So either way, Libra, we're getting 2 indications of an Aries, because the Fool is also about starting at 1, which is Aries, taking a risk. Okay, 2 Aries energies. So I know your opposite is definitely playing a role here in April, right? This is Mars energy in Libra. You're more of that Venus energy. This is a masculine energy, a very father energy, kind of controlling, some kind of authority figure. Some of you guys could be bosses or something like that. So interesting, Libra. We already have your opposite sign, Aries, and the full moon has a lot to do with the sun in Aries. The first full moon was when the sun was just entered Aries at 0 degrees, right after the spring equinox. And the moon was at 0 degrees too. So that was a direct opposition at the very beginning of a sign, your sign. And then a month later, which was a couple days ago, we had a second full moon in Libra, but this time the sun was at 29 degrees Aries, the very last degree. And the moon was at 29 degrees Libra, the very last degree. So that was an opposition at the end of a zodiac sign. So we've got some beginnings and endings here to consider. Let's go ahead and see what's coming up for you, Libra. What's coming up for Libra? What do we have for Libra for April? April. First card out is the Queen of Swords. I love it. This is what I was talking about. That is a Libra woman. Okay, we got a lot of Libra women. It could also be an Aquarius or a Gemini. This is an air energy, which I'm not surprised to see at all. Bottom of the deck is the Star card, so you could be dealing with Aquarius. The Queen of Swords is also an Aquarius. We have the ruling card for Aquarius here, but this could also be about some kind of conversation at the beginning of April that was inspiring, or some kind of truth, the inspired truth, some kind of hope, because the Star card is also about hope. Someone here might also be in the limelight of fame. The Star sometimes is a literal superstar, not sure. And underneath that we have the Three of Pentacles. So, possibly some kind of work situation. Okay, some kind of teamwork situation that's inspiring Libra. But we'll go ahead and keep getting the cards out. And now we have the Nine of Cups. Interesting. The Nine of Cups. I did just see the Ten of Swords, so I don't know if there was some kind of painful ending for some of you as well, but also wish fulfillment. What else do we have for Libra? Libra, April 2019. What else do we have for Libra? Yep, we have that Ten of Swords coming out. The Ten of Swords was what was on the bottom of the deck for the Nine of Cups, so that's definitely a factor. That air energy again. We have the Five of Pentacles at this point. So at this point in the reading, so basically mid-April, some of you guys could be really facing some conflict in the work. You know, this could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but this is feeling left out in the cold, right? Left out in the cold, painful ending, mid-April, financial unemployment, poverty, feeling homeless even. Okay, well, if you guys are feeling this energy, please keep in mind that right underneath it is the Ace of Pentacles. So if there's someone who loses a job, there's a new job that comes in. If there's someone who loses a home or loses money, there's more of that coming in. Okay, this is a new beginning financially for some of you. Let's move into the middle of April. What's going on for Libra? What's going on for Libra in April? I just almost saw the Tower. So for some of you, this really is some kind of ending, okay? Now we have the King of Wands showing up. So we have a King and a Queen facing opposite directions, but this makes sense, okay? For some of you guys, this is pertaining to a Virgo. We have the Hermit here, or maybe this is just about isolation and solitude. Ooh, okay. We have the Devil here too. So we have Capricorn and Virgo showing up, okay? Someone here might be feeling a bit depressed or regretful about something toxic. There is addiction here, alcohol drinking, but maybe at the end of April you guys are going to go a little bit more introverted. There might be some fire signs out there, especially the male fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that are, you know, a bit to themselves at the end of April if you're dealing with a fire sign. So, or it could be a Virgo with fire sign energy. This is a Leo. I see Leo, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Gemini, Aries, Libra. Okay, we have the Two of Swords popping out, which is another indication of a Libra energy for me with the Two Swords. It's kind of a balanced energy. And then we have the Death card. So there could be some kind of decision here to end something, or a decision here to start something, because this is talking about endings and beginnings, sudden endings and beginnings. Maybe a Scorpio that you're dealing with. You might have a decision to make about a Scorpio. We have the World card, which is Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. You could be dealing with any of those, but this looks like an ending because of a cycle. Someone might have Saturn and Scorpio, or this is definitely Saturn. So Saturn retrograde might be what's kind of transforming, because there is a transformation at this point in the reading. Okay, some kind of rebirth, but you're going to have to make a decision. Remember, this came up with this card, you know, not allowing your opinion to be swayed, focusing on harmony and union when it comes to decisions. So let's get your last card. What's the last card for Libra? And we have the Six of Wands. Okay, so there is some kind of victory here at the end of the month that you guys have to look forward to. And the bottom of the deck for your whole reading is the Magician. So there's an underlying energy here of Mercury. There's an underlying energy here of maybe a Virgo, maybe a Gemini. You know, Mercury is in Aries now. So communication and relationships are going to become extremely important for you, Libra. Mercury is opposing you. So you might, when Mercury is directly opposite of you, it could feel like people just aren't thinking the same way as you. Your mind is being opposed by people. Communication, a lot of conversations with people who think direct opposite things of you, which is very suitable for a Libra because it's that judge energy, that debate in court, that's a lot of courtroom banter. With Mercury and Aries, a lot of people communicate about themselves and not justice. So I don't know how that'll be for you, Libra. So Mercury is playing a toll here, but this is also a manifestation. But we'll talk about that towards the end of your reading. Let's go ahead and start seeing what's going on here for you, Libra. So we did start out April. Okay, this is the first card. I'm looking at this as the beginning of April, and this is the first couple weeks of April. We're basically here. By the time you're watching this, most of you, this is kind of like the future. But what we have here is the first half of April, second half, even though these energies can happen at any time. But that's just how I'm going to read it, okay? So you guys, some of you could have entered April, really, really having that sword drawn. In this case, the sword is communication. It's your mind. So there's something here about clarity. Maybe some of you guys, there was like a significant conversation that took place coming into April. But I love this. I think of Libra when I see this card, This is a very intellectual woman who has mastered the truth. She has mastered her mental stability. And it doesn't have to be a female energy, although it's a queen. So I want to respect her truth as a queen coming through. Some of you guys, this is a woman exterior to you, especially if you're, a straight male watching. I don't want to sound ignorant, but, you want to take this as it resonates, you guys. But I see a feminine intellectual energy around you guys, possibly a lawyer or someone here. Sometimes the Queen of Swords is someone of that nature, something like that, a woman of truth, okay? Somebody here that has something to say, whether I think this is you, Libra, that you have something to talk about, and that makes sense with these full moons in your sign, There is a lot of air here. We have air, we have air, we have air, we've got water, we've got fire, we don't have any earth, okay? So that might be an issue as far as feeling grounded, as far as missing finances or stability. There's a missing element here of reality. And you know why? Because I think the full moons are just completely washing. I almost said whitewashing. Like, it's really bringing a lot of that dreamy nature to Libra. So it's interesting, okay? I love how the Queen of Swords always has her hand out like that. To me, that's like an obvious invitation for a conversation. Like, I'm ready to communicate. I know my truth. Okay, and she's, in this case, facing this Nine of Cups. So here's that emotion coming in, that Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. But it's also the full moon energy, Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. So someone here may have intellectual knowledge and truth. Like, someone here basically knows what they want. Someone here knows what would fulfill them emotionally. This is a conversation about some kind of wish fulfillment. Okay, it's a very clear conversation. I want to take it back to the Queen of Swords here real quick and just remind you guys that she's not a bullshitter, okay? She says what she means what she says. She's very good with words. She's not a very emotional woman because she would rather stick to the truth, nothing but the truth, you know what I mean? But in this case, she is being forced to intellectually process what she would want as far as emotion. What is her wish? What are her wishes? This is something here. There's definitely something going on here with the Queen of Swords, who is facing this wish, this emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction. This is a wish fulfilled. And remember, we did have the Star card at the bottom of the deck when the Queen of Swords came out, which is another wish card. So definitely some wishes coming up here, guys. The next card, though, is the Ten of Swords. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy with the swords. This could be the state of some of you all's minds, or a conversation that needs to take place about an ending. The Ten of Swords, it's not necessarily a bad card. because it is the ending to a situation that feels a lot like rock bottom. But it also talks about deception and backstabbing, traitor energy, painful energy here, but it is the light at the end of the tunnel finally. This is always better than the Eight of Swords. It's better than the Nine of Swords because it's a completion. This is something here that needs to complete and end at a mental level, Libra, right? We have all these, this is the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Air. So mentally, a mental completion, something that's completing as far as what you think, okay? But I love to see it with the Queen of Swords because she's intellectual enough to handle this both emotionally and mentally. Okay, that's why we have water, air, water. A lot of water and air coming up. So I don't know if there was some kind of painful ending to something, Libra, in the middle. This could have happened at any time, but it looks like for most of you, it may happen after some sort of wish. Some of you guys, this is your wish. Some of you guys have a wish to end something painful. Okay, this is like wishing for it all to end. You ever realize that, Libra? Or you ever been in a situation where you're just like, oh, I just wish this was over. I just wish this was done. I wish this was the end. For some of you, this wish fulfillment is coming, and it's the same as this Ten of Swords. It is the light at the end of the tunnel. This wish coming in for you is the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's mid-April. For most of you guys, moving in to the end of April. So I don't know if some of you guys are dealing with any of this Ten of Swords stuff. Painful, backstabbing, betrayal, energies, deception. This is the end to that. So that you can reach a new thought, a new mental journey. You're very, very close to the Ace of Swords, which is victory. All you have to do is decide not to continue laying here. Because one thing about the Ten of Swords is that I don't really think this person's worried about what time it is or how long they've been laying there. I mean, it's kind of hard not to focus on the 10 swords stabbed in this person's back. So it's all up to that person whether they're going to accept defeat or if they're going to basically remove the swords from their own back and move towards victory after pain. You can still be victorious after endings. There's always new doors of opportunity. So it's going to be up to you guys what you guys do about this wish and about this ending. Let's move on here to the second half of April for most of you. We have this King of Wands. And it's really interesting. I know the King of Wands is usually matched with the Queen of Wands. But a theory that I've always had is that this is the perfect match. Every fire sign has an opposite that's an air sign. Sag, Gemini, Aries, Libra, Leo, Aquarius. This is actually a pretty good match. They're very opposite, but they're still kings and queens. They're just, one of them rules fire, one of them rules air, meaning there's a feminine energy here that's quite smart and intellectual. And then there's a king showing up here who's very expressive, very passionate, has a vision, but he's also mastered this. He's also mastered creativity and stuff like that. So for some of you, this is a Leo. This is my Leo card, but it could also be an Aries or a Sag or an attractive man. It's definitely masculine, feminine energy for some of you. But I do say that. I mean, when I look at the cards here, they look as if they're facing opposite directions, which they may need to, but when I put them this way, they're actually communicating. So there could be someone who's kind of passionate and expressive and someone else who's more truthful and factual. It looks like a conversation with a fire sign for some of you. Not all of you. It could just be an attractive man again. But we've got the King of Wands here coming into the second half of April. Some kind of attractive man, I feel. Passion. And if you're a man watching, or if you resonate with masculine energy, this could just be, some kind of mastery of passion and expression. If you're dealing with a fire sign, I'm not so sure how open to communication they are, which is weird because Mercury's in Aries, which I would think would help people express in a more passionate, fiery way. But I was just seeing here how the Queen of Swords has her hand open. She's ready to communicate about her wish fulfillment, even if it means an ending with a person, place, or thing. This light at the end of the tunnel, if that means ending something for wish fulfillment, like this queen is definitely ready to make a decision. It's like definitely head over heart. You know, there's something here that you want, Libra, but there's also it's an even trade, you know, and that's the balance of it all, right? There's this thing you want that would obviously emotionally fulfill you. You're still confused about it though. This is about choosing your own emotional wish fulfillment. But you're approaching it like a Libra, you know, like a Queen of Swords. I think you just want to communicate about this ending, some of you. But then we have this fire sign his hand is more in like a kind of like a balled up fist a little bit, it seems like. So I don't know if there's a defensive man or fire sign here. Sun, moon, rising. Some of you may have fire and earth. I'm sorry. Well, maybe. Some of you have fire and air in your chart. And if you're not resonating with that, Libra, then this is about intellectual passion. This is about clarity. Clarity in expressing. You know, these two people have very different ways of expressing. And it's interesting how that works out. Some of you guys have a decision to make about a specific person at the end of the month. You're very passionate about this person, or this is you. Now, this looks like a decision that a fire sign is not really helping you out with, or there's a fire energy here that, you know, he's looking in a different direction. He's focused on his passion elsewhere. But this to me looks like a decision you have to make. Some of you have to make a decision about a fire sign or an attractive man. Two of Swords, very Libra energy. You have these two different truths. At the end of April, it's like both of these swords represent the two Libra full moons or something. You know, you can see that little moon up there in the corner. The Two of Swords is a stalemate. It's a crossroads mentally, you know, very confused. There's a decision that you don't want to make, Libra. The Two of Swords is always someone who has been putting off a decision because, honestly, both things, both people, both places, they're both true. And that's the nature of Libra. Libra is that energy where, you know, there's justice available for both sides. Both of you can be true. Both stories, both parties can be right, can be true, can be just. And so that's when you get a Two of Swords moment where you kind of have to, you know, wait it out and see, wow, these two truths are really crossing each other. You got a blindfold on here. This is like blind justice. This reminds me of the Justice card. The Justice card is often depicted with a blindfold as well because justice is blind. You know, there's nothing hidden about the truth. And that's another full moon in Libra thing coming up. Like, the truth is the easiest thing to find and locate if your eyes are open. Does that make sense, or am I contradicting myself? Well, if I am, it's because I'm holding up the Two of Swords, and this is literally an energy. And I'm a dual sign, you're a dual sign, so you guys understand having two different truths. This is two different things you have to say. It's a decision. You guys have a decision to make, and I think you're going to need to make this decision before May 6th, before the new moon cycle in Taurus. Some of you guys have a decision. Yeah, like I said, you're going to have to choose wish fulfillment in this case. There's a choice here. One of the options, or maybe both, would fulfill you in a different way. But either way, this Nine of Cups is surrounded by air. Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups, Ten of Swords, Nine of Cups, Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups, Two of Swords. So it could be a very painful decision to end something in order to actually feel emotionally fulfilled. You're going to have to make this decision like the Queen of Swords, but remember, this is about intuition and not intellect, which is so funny because the Two of Swords talks about a person who has shut off their emotion so that they can make a gut decision, which is kind of contradicting again. But that's why there's all that water back there and she's blindfolded, because this is a decision that needs to be made based off of something you feel deep inside. So I do see a weird energy happening where it's like, I know the truth, I'm a Libra, I want to make this decision like I always do, but remember that indecisiveness that everyone's been talking about? Well, I guess I was hearing that for a reason, you know, because it makes sense in my reading but I resonate so much with it because I am super indecisive too as a Pisces. Like, it's like, ooh, you know, both are true, both look good. I can't even decide what to eat most of the time because I'm a huge fence rider. I like to identify with the duality of all things. Like, I can see how that would be true, or, you know, it reminds me of back in high school when I would take a test and there'd be like, you know, choose a side. It's like with any essay where you're supposed to choose a side and basically persuade the reader. I would really not do good at those essays because I would go back and forth between explaining how both sides are true. Huge fence rider. So some of you guys could be riding the fence, you know. You're kind of in the middle of two different truths, and that's Libra full moon energy. Some of you guys are in the middle of two different truths that emotionally fulfill you. But I do want to say there is kind of a painful ending that's happening on one side. You know, if this Two of Swords is splitting your reading, then on one side there's the truth, there's this person, there's wish fulfillment, and on the other side there's like this painful ending yet victory. So really weird energy, Libra. Six of Wands is your last card, which is attention. Some of you guys could be receiving public attention. This is a celebration. Some of you guys have something to celebrate at the end of the month. Could it be with a Taurus who's having a birthday? You know, the Six of Wands is about a victory that happens in front of a lot of people. It could be a promotion or just some kind of congratulations that you receive in front of at least 6 people or something. But it is public acknowledgement. Celebration with the wreath there that you can see on his wand. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy again. But, you know, this Two of Swords is kind of, it's like, I think you're also passionate about two different things. Like, on one hand, there's the mastery of something or someone. And on the other hand, there's attention. Now, this is linking to the Ten of Swords. Not sure if that just made sense or not, but it does look like a choice between victory and a person, right? I'm not sure why I'm feeling that, but there is a painful ending linked to this victory. Like, whatever ends, you know, come on now, Libra, it's a full moon, so it brings things to completions, and cycles are so important. This is a cycle here. Cycle. So if something ends, whether it's a relationship, a job, like, please know that you are very blessed under the full moon in Libra. Okay? When there's a full moon in your first house, I mean, anything that completes and makes you feel something, it's like it's going to emotionally complete you, which is weird. That's coming up here. But I mean it in a different way. Like, certain things that you're not going to feel anymore. Certain things that you didn't feel for a while that might come up. So there's anything that ends, there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, which I believe is this wish with this yellow energy here. Yellow. You will be victorious at the end of April. You will receive the attention, the acknowledgement, the reward, the celebration. Like, there's something here with that. I am, however, concerned with there being water here. There's air here, of course. There's fire here, but there is no earth. And I think that's because some of you guys are struggling financially, which, you know, you just want to hang on and wait until the full moon in Scorpio next month, because that will be in your second house of finances, okay? There's some completions happening there as well next month around the middle of May, okay? There'll be a full moon in your second house of finances and resources. This is also about resources. The Magician is about knowing you have enough resources. No wonder there's no earth here, because some of you guys are afraid to make a decision that would emotionally fulfill you because of money. Which I understand, because Libra is like the Avon lady. Libras are like the Avon ladies of astrology. They're all about beauty and money. Venus is about money and love. So money is something that is in Libra's life. Like, it affects you guys a lot. Not feeling like there's enough abundance. You know, huge Huge word to say there for you, Libra. Abundance, which is truly never feeling the loss of something. Like when you really align yourself with abundance, true abundance, that's aligning yourself with a word that means never running out of, never having a scarcity of. So, huge reminder here that you have all that you need in April. All you have to do is believe. This is someone who has all the ingredients to something. You have a pentacle on there, there's a cup there, there's a sword, there's a wand. So this is about manifesting something. And when you're manifesting things, all you need is intent. All you need is intent and the belief of that intent, and it's yours. Whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. You know what I mean? So some of you guys are really trying to manifest. There is a magical essence here to you, Libra. And we do have the lovers underneath there. So some of you guys, this is about manifesting, a lover, a twin flame. This is about the resources in your relationships, which is coming up at the end of the month with Taurus. Gemini energy here for sure. Some of you guys could be communicating with a Gemini. Someone here has Mercury in Gemini as well. Someone here has Mercury in Gemini for sure. This could be communicating with someone about a choice. Some of you guys are communicating with people who are in long distance from you, because the lovers here, there's some kind of mental obstacle with this relationship. There's a relationship here trying to manifest for you, Libra, which I love to see because you represent relationships. So if there's anything this full moon could do for you in return of all that you've done for us, it would be to bring in a very magical relationship for Libra. And you know what this is, Libra? It's a relationship where there's a very magical mental connection, and I'm sure that's something that all of you would appreciate. It's not so much about how someone looks or stuff like that. It's a mental connection that would really fulfill you guys as an air sign. Okay, so I don't know if this is like a decision. This might be a decision that you have to make as far as resources. But the next card would be the Knight of Cups. So we do have a specific water sign on a quest. Some of you guys have a Pisces twin flame. But this doesn't have to be a Pisces. The Knight of Cups is anybody who's offering emotion or some kind of romance here. I mean, Knight of Cups, the lovers, this is like someone here is communicating with a twin flame. This is love at a distance, or there's some kind of obstacle. Could be an emotional distance. But yeah, there's definitely a choice here to make. And there's a message here. Okay? So that's really interesting. This is beautiful. Some kind of love, some kind of beautiful connection is coming in here. Eight of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Also, for those of you who are concerned, there is truth coming in as far as money. Be careful though, because there could be some kind of spying going on. I'm not sure. But I love the bottom of your deck, Libra. Very beautiful energy. Love manifesting for you. But mainly what this is, other than love, the Magician is here because you are quite magical, okay? You're going to be able to make certain things happen, Libra, with this full moon. But it's really just about knowing you have all the resources, especially because there's no earth. There's also no water. Oh, yeah, there is water. So let's break this down. Mentally, you're as clear as a whistle, Libra, coming into April, but there's something that happens by the end of April to where your mind is conflicted. Like, only Libra could have the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords in a reading. It's because you guys are like one of the smartest zodiac signs, but you're just indecisive. Like, this is about an indecisive intellectual person. But let me just tell you, being indecisive does not take away from your intellectual status. It doesn't make you any less smart. It actually makes you very smart, because a smart person would want to communicate about, they want to know what their options are. They want to embrace these choices. They want to weigh everything out. It's Libra. But there is something about making up your mind, okay? There is something about choices, but be true to your heart, okay? Some of you guys, there's definitely something here about love. Being true to your heart, choosing love, choosing what you know would emotionally fulfill you, even if that means ending something mentally, All right. So, oh, I forgot to incorporate that. So mentally, yes, there's the Queen of Swords, the Two of Swords, maybe a conversation or clarity over a decision with the help of emotion and intuition. Though mentally, you're all, so this is such a Libra reading. This is your mind in April. These are all swords. Okay, so you're ready to gain clarity you're ready to master this painful indecision. This is basically, I wish you could say this to everyone who keeps talking about how indecisive you are. Because what I'm going to say for you, Libra, right now is that being indecisive and going back and forth in your head is becoming painful to you. This is someone who's going to choose to end something in April, because sitting here with this moon energy blindfolded is becoming quite painful. Someone here has reached rock bottom mentally. So that's your mental space. There's something here that's it's an ending to a cycle. So that's air. And the next will be earth. You're missing earth completely. So there's no grounding here. Now, hopefully Taurus will bring in that grounded energy for you. So there's no earth here. There's no reality here. Some of you guys have lost touch with reality because of how long you've been sitting here emotionally. I mean, these two people look similar. Okay, if you kind of look there, they're both sitting on similar things. Their arms are crossed in similar ways. So I know these two are going together. Okay, earth. Now we would go to fire. The fire energies are here. So as far as fire goes, you're also trying to master something here as a leader. This is like a leader. I forgot to mention the King of Wands is a leader. So is the Queen of Swords. She's a king, or she's a queen. He's a king. All right. So yeah, there's something here about victory with a fire sign maybe. And then as far as your emotion, Libra, Nine of Cups. That's quite a bit of emotion. You're on your way to the Ten of Cups, which is there's something here that's almost completed emotionally. This is almost the Ten of Cups, which would be weird. So I think there's something here at the beginning of April that you basically want the truth, and you want clarity about what's coming to an end, mentally and emotionally. I don't think many of you are as emotionally fulfilled as you would like to be. I mean, look at all that water back there. That is some emotion. So that's your reading, Libra. Hopefully that resonated. I do have one other thing planned, which I'm going to have to do a little bit quietly because it is 3 a.m. But I have this egg here, and, I did this for, the whole Easter theme. Well, I've got some dice in here. And on one dice, there's zodiac signs. On another dice, there's houses. And then there's planets. So I'm going to give this a quiet shake, hopefully. And then I'm going to see what comes up for you. So this is for Libra. What's going on for Libra in April? Alrighty. So, I knew the moon would come up for you guys. It didn't come up directly, but we do have the moon showing there. Somebody here may have a Leo moon, or a Aries moon, or a Sagittarius moon. But the planet coming up for you, Libra, that landed right here on this King of Wands is Venus. This is Venus, and this is your ruling planet, okay? So someone here may have Venus in a fire sign, but this is love and attraction. Some of you guys are really attracted to a fire sign. You guys are really attracted to masculine, expressive energy. If you're a woman, this might be your masculine, you expressing your masculine energy, because you start out feminine, and then, okay, some of you guys could be going through endings with a fire sign too. I do want to say that, but either way, this is looking like some attraction, some love. This might be someone who's coming in, but we have Venus here for you, okay? Venus on the King of Wands, very, very attractive, like I said. Venus is all about attraction and beauty. So someone here is beautiful. Even if they're a man, they're very beautiful to you. They're very attractive to you. So there's a lot of attraction here. That might be why there's a decision to make. Because there's some attraction here. There's some attention here. Now, we had the second house come up. Okay, so this is interesting. Remember I was telling you about that full moon in your second house next month. But this is that Taurus energy for some of you guys. This is about value. This is about resources. There is something here financial. This is a financial wish for some of you because it's the second house on the 9 of Cups. So this is a wish fulfillment as far as something abundant. You know, you don't have any earth energy here, Libra. But it's interesting how the cards are basically telling me that you do. Because this would be that earth energy, that tangible house of, and this is Taurus. This is Taurus season. So Taurus season may bring in some kind of wish fulfillment for you guys. Something that you can own. This is about, you guys are wishing for like a car or something physical, something tangible, you know. And then the zodiac sign that seems to be coming out for you guys is Virgo. We have the Virgo symbol here, okay? And it did come out over here. So it may or may not have to do with something at the end of the month. It went right over here. So I don't know if someone has Venus in Virgo. I don't know if someone has a Virgo second house. Because we have Venus, Virgo in the second house. So please look to where Venus is in your chart. That's important. Please look to your second house, which is Scorpio on the zodiac wheel. But depending on your rising sign, all of you are going to have different second houses. And please pay attention to where your Virgo energy is, especially if you're dealing with a Virgo. Now, on the zodiac wheel, Virgo is your 12th house. So there might be something here with that as well. Okay? But what it looks like to me is definitely some attraction going on here. Because I literally see Mars and Venus. So you can see Mars and Venus on both of those there. But Venus is what came out for you. And I love that because it's your ruling planet. And we do have the moon just kind of chilling. So the moon is also here. So I don't know if someone has moon Venus energy, or maybe this is about attracting something to you, Libra. I don't know, guys. But I do love this second house wish. There is a wish here for more money, more value, more worth. This is about knowing your worth, knowing that you deserve whatever this wish fulfillment is. But you have to make your mind up, Libra. And then, of course, we have Virgo. So you guys let me know how that resonated. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hopefully I wasn't too quiet. But I'm just not sure if the people I live with are asleep. So I don't want to, like, be too loud. So sorry for those of you who couldn't hear me. I just hope that those who are meant to hear will hear. Please check out my Libra full moon videos, especially you, Libra, because this was your full moon, for extra messages there. If you want a personal reading, look in my description box for that additional information, and we can start communicating about what kind of reading you would want. So Libra, I hope your April's going good. You know, it just looks like you have some choices. You know, it takes a jury a little while to reach a verdict. So don't rush yourself at the end of April to make a decision, okay? You'll make your mind up when the time is right. Thanks again, guys, and I'll talk to you next month. Bye.